we're now going to hear from Chantal, and Chantal's going to speak to us about the pulmonary fibrosis PAGs. Over to you, Chantal.
Thank you very much, and hello again to everyone. So I'm going to talk to you about the project that is ongoing. So in that case, there won't be any particular conclusion because it's still a work in progress. So the idea of the project is, of course, about lung transplantation. Sorry, and a few words about our team, because this, I believe, is extremely important. We have got 10 motivated and wonderful members, and we get on well. We've become friends because we are united in the project that we are carrying on, actually. So next slide, please. Right, so our aims is to raise awareness and to suggest paths for improvement. How do we plan to do that? We want to create a consultation guide on pre and post-transplantation that would be preceded by webinars or talks that would be used as teasers for attracting interest to the topic. These elements would gather practical information and factual information, also scientific data that would be collected through clinicians, through transport organizations and centers, and from patient organizations, of course. And we are eager to collaborate with EU, PFF, ELF, and ERS. Next slide, please. So our aims, again, are to assess the situation in European countries. So how are we going to do that? We decided to work on fact sheets. The first type of fact sheet would be a comparative spreadsheet of the, 26 European countries we are working on. And another one would be a country by country A4 fact sheets, including, of course, the facts about transplant, but also what patient organizations are available in that country, what are the transplant centers and the address and the documents, that kind of thing. So it's a huge work. And we are really working hard on that. It takes time. The working, of course, requires trust, requires involvement and motivation. And that's great because we are learning to get to know each other while collaborating to something that is important. Why transplantation now? It's because this is one topic that is very often disregarded because there are not a lot of PF patients have access to transplants. So it's really reduced to a small number. And very often it is considered that why work a lot on such, a very small proportion of the patients there. And so we believe that it's important also to address that. Could I have the next slide, please? Sorry, that's no longer me. Okay, so let's go back then. I thought I had a conclusion back. So now what could be improved in what we are doing? Definitely, that we have barriers. The main barrier is that it's very difficult, or it's easy to get information on lung transplantation in general. When you start working on PF data, it's a lot more difficult. It's very difficult to access, even via, for instance, Eurotransplant. You have a general access for let's say, the general public, and another access for professional, which is those doors are closed to us, and that's a bit of a shame. Now, what happened and which required a number of adaptation is that quite parallel to our PAG work, there is this transplantation working group. So we had common meeting, we still do, and we try to collaborate, to integrate our aims. And the difficult thing is to avoid overlapping. So the idea that our PAC's main contribution to the working group would be the fact sheets I have just told you about. And the rest of the guide will be specifically geared at pulmonary fibrosis. So that's a balance that it's not always easy. It's not always easy to reach. Well, I think that's really about what I have to tell you about our project. As I said, it's far from finished. We are working hard on it. And Eleni, who is part of the members today, is also part of this group. And I just want to thank her particularly because she's very active in our group. And it's nice to be able to work with people who are very motivated. Well,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
Thanks, Chantal.